Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches 4. This is the fun sketch that we're working with from Laura Rumble for day 5. Please make sure you head on over and check out Crystal and Christina's takes as well. Today, the first part of this is a little bit wiggly and wobbly because I started to do it when I was downstairs watching my kids and whatever. I was punching out the squares and creating rectangles, not rectangles, triangles with them. And I wanted to show that with you, but I didn't have a chance to run upstairs to film it properly. So I went ahead and did that when I was downstairs, then came back upstairs to my studio so I could actually create the layout. Basically, what I'm doing with this sketch is blowing it up just a little bit. So my triangles are a little larger than the ones you can see, but I really love the way that this ends up working. I'm using a collection. It's quite old, and I'm not even exactly sure who it's from. Possibly Pink Paisley, but I'm not sure. And I love this collection. I have just a little bit left of it. It was a fall collection, so I'm thinking, perfect, I will create a fall layout with it. There are a few patterns from that you can see there that are not from that collection. They just were in my 6x6 papers, which I'm trying to get used up. And I just kind of followed what I saw on the sketch in a pretty similar format, and then did a few added random little triangles there as well. And now I'm going to try to figure out which photo I want to use. I start with this photo from my fireplace with my coffee and my really cute pumpkin that I bought last year. That was my kind of prize gift to myself for fall. I like to buy one new holiday themed thing for every season that I decorate for. And that was the one for last year. And I also had that fun little lantern there as well. We'll talk about this year. That is not down there because I have a little boy who is 9 months old and crawling now. So yeah, no, those aren't down there. But they were last year. I love that photo. It's just cozy and kind of the perfect autumn photo. I'm going to go ahead and back it with some tissue paper. And then basically the hardest part of this whole layout was the triangles. The rest of it is very basic. There's not a whole ton that goes into it. But there is a bit of a twist to this layout because as I'm creating it, I was struggling. Now, the problem that I'm having is these patterns are very pastel, and this photo doesn't really call for that, and I was struggling immensely on trying to tie it in together. Now, this is the second layout I've done because I created this back in October, and it's the second layout that I had created where this has happened to me. I was creating the layout and really liking what I was doing, but the photo wasn't matching the layout itself. And I wasn't exactly sure what to do with it. So the way I normally kind of work through this sort of stuff is I do things I know I can do. For example, those two triangles off to the side right there that you can see, I'm trying to put a few sequins in there. Those blank white spaces were bothering me. And so my idea is to use some Into the Woods sequins from Spiegelmom Scraps. And I'm just going to use my glue, put a whole bunch of glue in those triangles, and then I place the sequins down and I pat them down. And just so it's an added interest of there because there's texture to it. Also, it's bringing in a little bit more of that wood grain, thinking that would help kind of offset the pastel colors that I'm using with everything else. I then thought and decided to take my Sharpie and highlight and trace all of the triangles to kind of help pop those out. Now, I love all of this. This definitely helped. However, the photo is still wrong. And so I find my title. I'm going to say Grateful for This because it's a fall kind of that sort of type of layout. And then I'm like, okay, let's try some embellishing and see if I can make that work. I do come up with a few little pieces that you're going to see. I thought maybe putting my title onto my photo would help. Nothing actually ends up working for me. So my option is I like the layout, but the photo isn't working. What do? You change your photo. Now, some people wouldn't. They would just let it be and say, this isn't my favorite layout and whatnot. I can't do that. I have to be able to change it and make it work for me. And so I go back into my collection of photos and find a photo that's going to work. And in the end, I love it because I picked a photo that I've been meaning to document since 2017. And it's just kind of been sitting there because it had the same problem. The photo itself was too pastel and I couldn't make it work with my collections. So here you go. You're going to watch me switch out my photo. I first thought about this photo of Nora and Barrett, but that's not it. This is the one. This is a photo of Jackson, myself, and Nora. It wasn't for Thanksgiving, but it was around that time. And I'm talking about Canadian Thanksgiving. And I just am going to simply add, because it's fall themed, some leaves and a few flowers that you'll see in the finished layout. And that does it. So just changing the photo made me go from completely struggling to absolutely loving this layout. And like I said, it was a layout I've been meaning to document forever. It's just this really cute photo and I'm wearing my fall leggings and I love the photo. It's of my kids. I talk about how grateful I am for them and how they are my everything and all that mushy gushy stuff. And I just love the way it turned out because I switched my photo. So never fear if you're struggling. There's always a solution to the problem. You just have to work through it. I finish it off by doing a folded corner and highlighting it with 2 more of the pattern papers that I had used in the collection. A few florals will show up in my finished layout, and that does it. Thanks so much for watching. Like I said, please make sure you head on over and check out Crystal and Christina's takes as well. See everyone tomorrow. Bye.